Imagine waking up one morning, opening your window, and realizing it's raining. Not unusual, but then it keeps raining. Every hour, every minute, everywhere, at the exact same time. Congratulations, humanity! The world just got the DLC nobody asked for. Global Monsoon, the Apocalypse Edition. Welcome back to What If the Archives, the only channel where we ask, what if? And then immediately regret the answer. So today's question, what if it suddenly rained heavily, non-stop, for 7 straight days, in every part of the world? Let's open today's file. Day 1, confusion. On day 1, the world is chill. People post rainy aesthetic videos on TikTok. News channels run segments like, "Scientists baffled, but enjoy the cool weather." Instagram captions everywhere read, "Rainy vibes." But meteorologists start freaking out immediately. Because heavy rain happening simultaneously across the entire planet? That's like every goalie in the World Cup scoring an own goal at the same time. It just doesn't happen unless something is very wrong. Day 2, infrastructure says goodbye. By day 2, cities like New York, Mumbai, Lagos, and Tokyo are underwater. Storm drains are full, rivers are rising. People are already Googling, can fish live in my living room? But the real problem? Electricity. Transformers and substations start shorting. Entire national grids collapse. Welcome to the global dark mode. Meanwhile, countries that rely on hydroelectric power, like Norway or Brazil, look at their dams and go, yeah, we're gonna need a bigger wall. Day 3, supply chain implosion. Day 3 is when the world economy taps out. Ports flood, airports shut, roads disappear underwater. Your Amazon deliveries? Gone. Your groceries? Also gone. Your ability to pretend you're fine while eating overpriced brunch? Deleted. Countries begin hoarding food and fuel. Global shipping grinds to a halt, and every nation suddenly realizes just how fragile the world economy truly is. Even the superpowers start sweating. China's factories slow down. The US agricultural belt drowns. India's cities choke. Europe politely panics. Day 4, agriculture fails. By day 4, farms have become indoor swimming pools. Wheat? Soaked. Rice? Drowned. Corn? On life support. Livestock are evacuated or lost. Food shortages begin, and prices spike harder than Bitcoin during a hype cycle. This is where geopolitics gets spicy. Food exporting nations like the US, Russia, and Brazil stop exports instantly. Import-dependent countries, like many in the Middle East and Africa, enter full emergency mode. Expect riots. Expect rationing. Expect governments making announcements like, "Please remain calm," which is politician language for, "We have absolutely no idea what we're doing." Day 5, global flood wars begin. By day 5, the world map has changed. Bangladesh? Flooded. The Netherlands? Borrowed by the ocean. Florida? Already gone, but that's not new. Millions are displaced. Borders tighten. Countries begin fighting over dry land and high ground. There are clashes between communities. Emergency shelters overflow. Every country realizes their disaster relief budget is less than the budget Marvel uses for CGI. International organizations like the UN try to coordinate relief, but good luck doing that when every single member nation is experiencing their own disaster. Day 6, governments break. Day 6 is where political systems begin to crack. Authoritarian governments tighten control. Democracies argue for 17 hours straight and accomplish nothing. So business as usual. Currencies crash. Banks shut down. Insurance companies pretend they don't exist. The global economy? Picture a Jenga tower made by a drunk person. Now imagine someone drop-kicking it. That's day 6. Day 7, total reset. By day 7, the world is in a strange place. Some regions are underwater. Others are carved by landslides. Entire coastlines are rewritten. Population displacement looks like a real-life MMORPG. Food supply is critical. Water contamination is everywhere. Diseases begin spreading. Geopolitically, alliances shift fast. The US and Canada merge emergency management. China and Russia cooperate to keep food routes running. The EU forms a unified flood defense command. South Asian nations coordinate evacuations and relocation programs. The world is forced into cooperation, not because they want to, but because the alternative is literal extinction. After the rain stops. When the rain finally ends, relief turns into horror. The damage is permanent. Trillions lost, cities drowned, nations reshaped, millions displaced. But here's the twist. Humanity adapts quickly. New agriculture methods emerge. Floating cities become a serious plan. Global cooperation increases because everyone realizes we have no choice. Nature just dunked on all of us. And for the first time ever, every world leader agrees on something. Climate change might actually matter, guys. In conclusion, so what if it rained nonstop for 7 days across the entire planet? Infrastructure collapses, economies break, governments panic, and humanity finally understands how fragile our systems really are. But we also learn that when everything falls apart, we can rebuild, differently, smarter, and maybe even together. This has been What If the Archives, where every question opens a new reality, and every answer reminds us why we should never tempt nature again.